I've got beef with Elizabeth. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for this. I've seen everyone else's review for Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. It's my turn.
It's alive!
So we'll start with the introduction of Elizabeth. Outfit is beautiful. The color is beautiful. The dialogue too, some parts a little annoying. Choice of words is beautiful in certain scenes. The wordplay is beautiful. So I liked when one character is saying one thing, but it's like a double meaning or double speak. So I love that when it comes to certain scenes and certain dialogue between certain characters. The introduction for Elizabeth was beautiful, especially after seeing what Victor was going through, what he proposed in the tribunal or the academy thing with all the gentlemen in one chamber, and he was showing them what was possible and what he intended to do. Even there in that scene too, the dialogue, the double speak I loved it. I really loved it because it was just showing it's like his mind is split.
What do you mean by that?
1 minute he's honoring God or talking about how he appreciates creation, but in the same tongue, he's willing to desecrate what he appreciates. But don't worry, that's going to be another video. This one, let's proceed with Elizabeth opening scene, shall we?
Well, honor, country, valor, these surely are worthwhile, elevated ideas by themselves, wouldn't you agree? Mm-hmm. And nevertheless, men are dying for them.
As soon as this dialogue kicked into gear, I said, okay, now the story or the movie is letting me know what kind of person Elizabeth is. She's so little, but yet powerful. Like this dialogue alone is powerful enough to make a man ponder. And that's good. That's beautiful. So when you're around other people who are supporting your reckless attitude or reckless actions and reckless ideas and feelings and emotions, I don't want to say reckless emotions, whatever unhealthy, unbalanced flow one could be going through, and then you attract other people in that same vortex to experience that unbalanced flow and then feed you energy. She's one person, just that little softly spoken yet powerful voice that can just allow a man to say, maybe this path I've currently chosen is not the appropriate one or the divine one or a righteous one. And yes, anyone can have an idea and want to pursue the idea. Of course, if your idea that you're pursuing does not cause any harm unto others, if it's unto yourself, I would even say don't even bother if it's unto yourself. But sometimes some human beings have to go through such experiences to learn from that experience. But if the idea is going to definitely cause harm or some form of disorder and disharmony with other people around you, then maybe you should think twice about the idea. So I loved how the movie or the story inserted Elizabeth into the whole thing to just let us know, okay, let's see if Victor will consider her way of seeing the world. Let's proceed.
In a decidedly unelevated way, face down in the mud, choking on blood, screaming in pain. Men that were fathers, brothers or sons to someone out there.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Men that were fed, cleaned and nursed and schooled into this world by their mothers.
Beautiful. So now even reminding the power that it's not just, men, women also have power. You could even argue that women are more powerful than men if they recognize that truth. Not in an egotistical way, just recognizing, hey. Where you're going right now is, I see it because it's ideas and whatever. You can also turn those rash, unbalanced ideas or really noisy ideas into soft, a little quieter, more expressive, or bring the volume back down to its natural frequency, natural tone, so it's not too loud to others and deafening to some, but appealing and welcoming to everyone. Again, like I said, doesn't mean every idea you have should please everyone. Cool, it's all gravy. Some of us have very specific ideas that's so unique to ourselves that we feel we can't share with others. We're trying to find our village or our own people, our own tribe to appreciate what we're going through. But if your idea is birthed from disorder, disharmony, pain, suffering, trauma, sadness, anger, hate, and so on and so forth, you also have to be mindful that the expression of said idea may not yield a positive outcome or a divine righteous outcome all the time. Sometimes maybe. And not every idea you have to always pursue it, especially when you know that there's a high chance this idea may or will cause harm to others, but just to pursue your desire to, I want this thing, and I want to do it like this, and I have to do it like this. Cool, I guess. But still, we could say that Elizabeth is not only the voice of reason. Let's be bold and say Elizabeth is the soft voice of God.
Let me explain.
Elizabeth is the soft voice of God, letting Victor, reconsider, and just observe the world you're in. And you probably, with your talents and gifts and abilities, you could probably transform this world you're in, and to help with the war, or to transform the minds of these men that feel this is the only way to be. She didn't glorify death and all the things she mentioned. She didn't glorify it. She was pointing it out, saying, you speak of all these words, yet you don't live by the words you spout out easily. Beautiful, beautiful. When I say this, when this scene kicked in, because at some point I was like, you know what? This movie is 2 hours and however minutes long, unnecessarily long.
Yes.
I feel the movie could have been way shorter, got straight to the point, end the thing, but it was a little too long for my liking. Your mileage may vary, but for my liking, it was a little too long. So when this scene kicked in, I was like, oh, finally, someone is going to be the voice of reason, so he can listen, and we'll see. I know the story eventually ends up with Victor creating the creature, fine, but I was hoping even after creating the creature, certain things would change in his psyche, reminding himself about the conversation and the experience he had with Elizabeth, which, by the way, some experiences for someone who is engaged to his brother, I maybe back in the day, that's how they lived. For me, and how I carry myself, I found that to be disrespectful. The way they were both interacting. You know what? We'll get to it.
Only to fall on a battlefield far away, far from those that provoke these tragedies. Those men remain at home, untouched by blood or bayonet. Their skin unpierced, their blankets warm and clean. That is what happens when ideas are pursued by force.
Damn.
Somewhere down the line, he didn't draw the connection between her and the pain and loss of his mother. You found someone who you can at least learn from. I'm not saying go and fall in love and, put your phallus inside her, but learn from her.